Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Yeah. Okay, let's call to order the December 16th, 2025 Capital Region Land Bank Board of Directors meeting. Thank everyone for coming as we get closer to the end of the year. This will be our last meeting of the 2025 year. I think we had a great year of accomplishment, and I appreciate everyone for being here. Um, did we do governance?
We
Yeah, okay, super. Thank you. All right, so minutes from the October 21st meeting. Can I get a
Move to approve.
second? Second, all those in favor, give us saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The minutes are approved. Mr. Berlant, a treasurer's report, sir. Do we have money?
We've got a few dollars. We might be able to survive for another month or so.
Well, we need 12.
You can see from the balance sheet, there's no really information that I have that's not on the sheet to be able to give you. You'll notice for the Pioneer Administrative Operating, there's two different sources, so there's two lines for that on there, which we haven't often done. But the amount of interest that we earned in the past month was $4,377. Up to the end of November, we've had $51,499. And if we keep on spending money the way we've been doing for the rest of the year, we should end up the year somewhere around $55,000 to $56,000 on interest that we're able to use. And of course, if we get a new grant approval, it may go up for next year when we get those funds. So does anybody have any questions on the finance report?
We just want to thank the board for having the foresight well over a year ago to know that idle dollars sitting without the ability to get interest off of them, certainly we benefited from that, and so will the communities.
And it's the matter that the state, which is providing most of the funding, was doing advanced funding. I mean, but in the past, what we had, we couldn't really do it because we didn't have this type of dollars
Right.
that are available. So I will move the finance report.
A second? Second. All those in favor, indicate by saying aye. Those opposed, nay.
Aye.
The treasurer report is moved. Kristen, executive director's report. I know we had a number of items to cover today. We have some new business, but what can we talk about?
Sure.
Critical.
All right. Well, I'll give you where we stand with our open grants as of the end of November. Actually, this is through 12/15. So our land bank operations, that's our admin grant of $200,000. We have spent about 21% of that, a little over 41,000. That first reimbursement of 50,000 will come in January. So the full 200,000 is still available to us. We are starting to spend that down. Our land bank initiative project grant, that's our 2023 land bank initiative. We are 99% expended with $2.8 million spent. There's about $40,000 left of that grant, and that will cover one additional demolition still to be done under our summer contract. We are making great progress in closing that out.
That's great.
Our land bank capital grant, which was our 2024 land bank initiative, we've spent $1.14 million to date. That's about 65% of that grant. Just under $900,000 left. And our only item of business today is to allocate the remaining dollars of that grant to another project. So we will be expended well in advance of the April deadline. And we have applied for land bank property services, which is the most recent round of open funding under the land bank initiative. We put in an application for $2 million to do more rehabs, more demolitions, but also to add in repair services for owner occupied and small rental. And we'd be doing that in partnership with the city and Better Community Neighborhoods. So we're really excited about that. We feel like we put forward a really strong application, and I hope to hear back in the next month about an award.
That's fantastic, and I think that Better Community Neighborhoods, their wingspan stretches from here to Amsterdam, right? So they have project activities that are planned both here in the county of Schenectady, the city of Schenectady, and the city of Amsterdam. I just want to commend you and previous leadership for putting the capital to work. It's, I think, a big piece of our success, which is we say we do what we say, and then we do it. And to have 99% of the 2023 already out there, and well over 65 or 70% of the most recent, it's effective management, and this is going to direct neighborhood revitalization. We are extremely lean when it comes to administrative footprint, and a significant portion of our investment goes directly into the community. So I'm proud of that. I know we all are, and I'm grateful for the leadership that you've shown in continuing that. So thank you.
Thank you.
I also can say, and maybe I said it in a previous meeting, but legislator attorney and myself approved additional dollars in the 2026 budget. Sir, I think it was $75,000 in additional administrative support, so that the burden of dollars can be, or the execution of dollars can be in the neighborhoods, and again, whatever we can lift out of the county, we certainly will, and that benefits all member and all constituents. So we're happy to do that.
Absolutely. Just a couple of quick project updates. We are winding down our summer 2025 demo project. Since we met last, 354 Edison has come down. The cleanup of 316 Main Street in Amsterdam was attended to. That was long awaited. And 28 Steuben Street was taken down, which will make way for Cocoa House's new outdoor recreation space for their programming. So those are really important. We have 3 properties remaining to be finished. Those are 201 Duane Ave, which should be getting underway later this week, followed by 866 Albany Street and 561 Congress, and that will finish out that project. As I mentioned, we put in our property services grant application for $2 million. We are also actively working on an application for Move in New York. I anticipate we will submit that later this month. I'm working with Sue Lombardi on our application and getting all of the attachments and pieces. They really want us to demonstrate that we understand and have a good grasp of what it will take to develop the parcels that we're suggesting. And so we're compiling all of the evidence to show that these are great fit properties, that we've been strategic, and that we'll be able to execute very quickly once we're awarded.
Is that an abundance of caution on the agency's part? I think we showed, or we certainly proved by way of execution, our ability to find a parcel, clean it, level it, get the right vendor, and drop a Move in New York cross-mod in. I know we're an early adopter. We're part of the initial push to meet the governor's objectives. Do we think that we have parcels that might be questionable?
No, I don't think we have questionable parcels at all. I think we've done a really great job working, with the knowledge that we gained from this pilot. But I think the application requirements are heavy on make sure you did your homework, because again, this is now not just land banks. This is now open to other types of municipalities, housing partners. And so we just want to make sure that in the grand scheme of things that we are showing we really know what we're doing and we really have a plan to execute this. And so it's taking some lead time, right? Like to get it all together and digestible. So we're talking about 21 parcels across 2 cities. But what we put forward is going to be really strong, coupled with the fact that we did this once and the house has sold, and that's my next announcement. We have a clear to close on Congress Street. So we will have a new family in their home by the end of the year, which is very exciting. And so, yeah, I don't foresee an issue.
That's great.
That. Yeah.
And so again, I'll reiterate our appreciation of staff's leadership and ability to bring the right amount of detail and execution and making sure all the Ts are crossed and the Is are dotted, knowing that this is a much larger initiative. It has a far-reaching effect in many communities, not just a few more parcels here, and we think this is a good way to approach. It may be a model for other states to follow, so.
Absolutely.
I think that this is a great initiative, so thank you for giving it the extra attention it needed and deserves. And also, we don't have any information yet on whether or not the governor is going to sign off on the way that they're handling deed versus title, title versus deed. So hopefully that'll be another part of the process that gets smoothed and executed at the end of the year or first quarter.
Yeah, yep. We don't have any final word on that yet.
Okay. Very good. How about, we did demo update. How about, I know we've got one piece of business, but can we get a little update on maybe Avon?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Avon Road, the roof replacement is done. The exterior is wrapped. New paint colors have been chosen. They look great. The entire interior is going to be reframed because, as we saw, that structure was open to weather and rapidly deteriorating, and the entire interior has mold damage and warping and rot and all sorts of other things. But the contractors have already started coming in and framing in new walls, pulling out, rotten building material. So this building is going to be historically accurate and beautiful, but a complete new structure essentially on the inside, so that there's no issue in the future of mold creeping back in or health and safety hazards. But the roof it looks exactly as it did before. It looks really great. The neighbors are thrilled. People have been stopping by. When I was there, 2 people stopped by to comment on how much they loved the exterior paint selection. And so we did disperse some of the funds for the roof repair because it was done as agreed to. But we are retaining 10% of the overall grant funds until the property transfer is finalized, because there were some other obligations in there related to the rehab and closing by the end of the year. And so once that happens, we can release the rest of our funds.
So thank you. I mean, a prudent investment was made. I know that we contemplated this strongly and made sure that this was not an enrichment action. This was about making sure a historical home was stabilized. We made the right investment in the right piece of infrastructure. It sounds to me like the roof now has the right pitch, and I don't know, somebody help me here, pitch and flow, whatever it's called, pitch and rise. And so that meets the historical requirements of the neighborhood. And our investment is but a fifth, I think, of what the overall cost to restore this property is going to be. And the individual is shouldering the rest. So I thank the board. Again, I know that we had significant consideration. I think we did the right thing in this neighborhood. Lest that house fail, and it would be a significant impact to that overall neighborhood. So we did the right thing. Thank you.
And then just touching on one other project that we approved during our last meeting. So the Van View Townhomes on Van Branken Avenue, all of the permits have been issued. The pilot was approved through Metroplex, and groundbreaking on the model home could happen as early as next week.
Oh, wow. So very good.
We're very excited about that.
Could we maybe get some board members there if there's availability to make sure that we're there? I think it's important. It's one of the critical corridors of Schenectady.
I said to
if Alex or Rich or myself or anybody could be there as part of that.
Yes, I've asked the developer to keep us closely informed about the progress. This is one that has been long awaited, and the community is really watching, and we want to make sure that we're giving people timely updates of how this is progressing, because, like I said, we've been waiting for a long time for the right fix for this set of parcels.
Again, I know that we worked hard. I know that you worked extra hard with the developer to figure out the right model, and I'm sure the community leaders will be happy, and the net outcome is an improved neighborhood and density to the neighborhood where housing is necessary.
Absolutely.
So, okay, well, those are all good updates. Are there any other
Just one other, the Amsterdam Legacy City project, all of the properties have received their C of O. That feels like a very big milestone that I'd like to shout out.
Way to go, Nick.
So,
Well, I can't take all the credit for that.
yeah. But you have been very helpful in keeping us informed and keeping things moving forward. So 2 of the properties are closed. Another 2 have closings scheduled. 3 more are under contract and just awaiting their clear to close. And then there are 2 available that have potential buyers in the mix. They're just not under contract.
How those projects come out, Nick, from your perspective, in terms of
Excellent. I
impact to
mean,
the community?
these were total gut rehabs.
They were bad. I mean, those
Oh,
before
yeah, they were
pictures
horrible.
were bad.
They were mostly 2-family houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a really good year in Amsterdam for the land bank. We got the 9 houses done under Legacy Cities. We tore down 5 structurally unsound and dangerous blighting hot properties. And we are on the finishing touches of our first land bank / habitat project.
That's great.
We expect a family moving in within 30 days, maybe.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's good. I'm especially happy to hear that we took down properties that were a danger to the community, which is one of our primary objectives. The worst of the worst, make sure. I remember a house on Carey Street that had a porch that was falling off of it. And, you know, at any given time, someone could have ridden by on a bike and had a porch fall on them. So that's good to know that we've taken out some of the worst in the city of Amsterdam. So thank you for helping to make that a success. Okay,
Those are my
any
updates.
others?
Those are my updates.
Before we go on to anything, because I can't figure out, so the, Alex at the last meeting made comments about getting more publicity. And I remember, I don't know whether it was the land bank did it or somebody else, but we, years ago, had a bus tour and invited everybody to go through on that bus tour. And maybe in the spring, we should try and schedule something like that again. And specifically the legislatures for the county, for the city, and for Amsterdam, along with other interested parties, go through with TV to be able to see what we have done, to be able to spell out, because that was really one of the things that was talked about during that first bus tour. That was probably 8 or 9 years ago, maybe
Probably
even
before
more.
that, I think we did a FAM tour in 2013 or 14. It was about trying to talk about what we could do,
Yeah,
and then
I wasn't around for that, so it
Yeah.
it's been a while, and if we pick the date right, maybe there will not be any murders or assassinations going on, so that the news media will actually decide that, yes, we're worthy to spend 5 or 10 minutes on the thing.
well,
And I think it would help the city for all of the other activities that go on with the thing, and boost people to,
Good
that
idea.
we're actually doing, instead of just saying something at an individual project, go through and be able to say, we've done A, B, C, D, E, F, and go through Amsterdam, because that bus tour did not go to Amsterdam. And I think that should sort of boost up the people.
That's a great idea. I think we can take that as a first quarter, maybe planning initiative, and do that in early spring or summer, when,
And that'll
the
be,
news cycle is amenable to it.
right, and then obviously, the selection of where we go, because we're not gonna be able to do everything, figuring out a route that we can see the maximum amount, and then figure maybe 1 or 2 spots where we might stop, let people get out of the bus and take a look at the thing. I mean, we had a good number of people who were there more for the mount home. We got some publicity, but to be able to say, this is simply one of a multitude of activities that we've done in the 3 cities, shows where the impetus has been going on.
Yeah, good call.
And I think we should also include tribute park too.
Yeah, well, that's where it started, part of where it started, Julia Street and Tribute Park, right? We're kind of our early wins and activities, so, yeah.
Early wins, but they also show that we're not just about housing.
Yeah, sure.
We're about other types of things too. And if we also, I can't think of the name of the other park that we did. Was it?
On Prospect,
Yeah,
we helped on Prospect.
right, so then we've got 2 of them, and if it's the right weather and there's a bunch of kids or people picnicking there, that would be good to be able to add to that.
Absolutely.
I was gonna, just to add to that, maybe at some point, some celebratory moment, if it's our like anniversary, that we can get a videographer and do a recap video that can be pushed on social media and websites and the city website to just kind of take a look at where we started and where we are, and then you can recap all of
I love it.
the work that
We
we've done.
did that verbally for the 10th anniversary, but it was a verbal thing. We had a lot of people that we didn't get enough coverage from them at all. But I agree with you. That's why I'm trying to follow through with your idea, to make certain that we do something that hopefully will get enough people's attention.
Yeah, well, it certainly, listen, I believe, great ideas, and let's do them, 100%. Let's feed into what we've accomplished and what we want to accomplish. But I can say that if not for our execution, and if not for the properties and the projects and the impacts that we've had to our communities and our neighborhoods, we would not be sitting on a treasury report like you have. We would not be in a good position to get the next round of funding. We would be shaking the cup, wondering, what do we do next? And
We know that, but how do you?
let's shout it out.
Yeah, how do you express all of that to the public?
Good call. Thank you both. I completely agree. I look forward to
Yeah,
in any way I can. All right, so for tonight, we have one resolution for board consideration. It's Resolution 2025-27, and this is about approving some funding for an infill plan with one of our favored strategic partners, BCNI. Kristen, can you summarize?
This project will result in 5 units of affordable housing. They will all serve families up to 80% the area median income, and this is a home ownership project. So there are 4 sites along Pleasant Street, which has become even more significant in the last year with the opening of Mosaic Apartments, which has its main entrance on Pleasant. And then 1 property on Congress Street, which is a gateway into the Mount Pleasant neighborhood. And this was a prominent and condemned and quite dilapidated house that we took down as part of the summer 2025 demo project on Congress Street will be replaced by a single family home. Another parcel on on Pleasant will be demolished, a single family that's badly dilapidated, and replaced with a new single family home. And then 2 two-family homes will be full gut rehab. One will stay a 2-family, and the other will be converted to a single family home. This project, like I said, it builds upon momentum of other investment in the neighborhood, creates homeownership opportunity. And these are properties that they have significant environmental remediation issues. They're going to be quite costly to rehab and remove. And so the investment of $80,000 per unit is fairly modest, considering that we're going to end up with 5 units of energy efficient, safe, affordable housing.
Yeah, I mean, let's just restate that. Not to exceed $400,000, $80,000 per unit, 5 units of affordable housing, full stop. It's not possible to do in today's stick-built or even modular construction. So these are good investment from our perspective on what we're leaning in on, and I would ask for board consideration and approval.
So moved.
So just the question is 65 is above and beyond the 80 per unit?
No, so 400,000 equals out to 80,000 per unit.
Okay.
So we did provide some pre-development funding for this project earlier on, and that was to do assessments on the structures that were there. That's how they determined that 2 of them were not salvageable. They were able to determine the environmental issues that needed to be remediated. So we provided pre-development funding.
One time 165.
Yeah, their
To
assessments.
give them the assessment capability. Yeah, now we're leaning in on a per unit of not to exceed
80,000.
8.
80, yeah.
I got a motion. Can I get a second?
Second?
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is approved. It's another good project. Kristen, thank you for taking us through that. Okay, any new business that we need to go over? Besides fam tours and social media outreach, I love it a lot.
Good idea.
Okay. How about,
And we can assume that there's no report on the status of membership in the board?
we can assume that,
That is a correct assumption.
how about in the city of Amsterdam? Anything you want to put on the table for next year? I know that's, I'm not putting you on the spot, I just didn't know if there was anything that we should be starting to plant the seed around or continue.
I think one of the things we're gonna be doing is, we have, Amsterdam has a home grant, but the, state of New York in its infinite wisdom decided they would use the home grant to subsidize on a two-family house, the owner occupied unit, but not the rental unit.
Okay. Geez.
In
So-
the same, in the same unit?
Same
In the
building.
same
Two-family house,
two
those-
units?
there's two-unit building.
So the intent is to support the owner and they would turn around and take their own investment and invest in the rental unit.
Yeah, but we're talking low-income homeowners, and most of them don't have 50,000 in cash sitting around.
Right,
So we're looking at piggybacking the land bank funding on top of the home funding,
okay.
which is something we did big time several years ago with home rental projects. So now
Okay.
try it with owner occupied. I think that could have a pretty good impact.
Yeah, I'm excited to be able to expand into doing some owner occupied repair. I know it builds upon what is available currently, and the land bank initiative funds allow for a wider income range too. So I think we're really widening the net of who we can offer support to and what types of projects. So
Nick, we've exhausted our demo side, correct? Do you see more structures coming up? Because then we'll be short.
Well, I got an Amsterdam $1 million HUD grant to develop 25 houses. So that's gonna be run next year. Actually, we'll be starting next month.
So the funding will be, I like the thought of piggybacking them units and not do a little less demo.
Yeah.
On our side.
Well, so he has HUD funds that he can do demo in Amsterdam. We won't expend any money.
Right.
Maybe there's an exception to that, but we won't expend almost any money on demo in the city of Amsterdam.
It's all gonna be new construction or rehab.
Our bucket will go farther on the allocations.
Right.
On the Amsterdam side.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and that's huge, because now we're opening up a larger pool.
Yeah. Well, and what is it, the broken window syndrome, right? Wherever we can improve the neighborhood, the facade, the look, and restore and help people with the improvement program, I think is great. I think this is a great evolution of land banking. Let me now lean into a neighborhood and help you with those banisters, with those windows, with that front door. Let me help you make an investment. Come home to a new porch, new door, you're proud. But you want to invest your own equity, capital, and sweat equity. So I think it's good. Anything else from anyone? Again, I just want to say thank you. We had a tremendous year of great execution. This board has done everything in its power from day one. And I'm so proud to sit here, and I appreciate the opportunity to be part of this team. What we've done in our neighborhoods counts, and it shows up. So thank you, each and every one of you.
Next meeting?
Is
our next regularly scheduled
Joe's on
meeting,
it.
I know, I really should just know,
ministerial.
will be January 20th.
No, Joe can't make it.
And that's gonna be where?
It would be,
Amsterdam?
no, it would be here. Yeah.
We're back here again. Thanks, guys.
Well, because we missed
It'd
it
be
last
when?
month.
It will be Tuesday, January 20th, here in Schenectady at 4:30. And then in February, we will be in Amsterdam.
And Nick will turn the heat on.
Yes, he will.
I will not
I'll
be
have it all
present
nice
in
and cozy.
January.
Thank you.
All right, so, no,
You can turn the heat on.
I'll still follow the,
I'm gonna adjourn the
Make the
meeting.
air warm.
It is
It takes hours for
5:04.
all the surfaces to warm up.
Okay.
So we know what you're freezing.
5:01 says the official clock. Says Joe, the official clock keeper. Okay, so, thank you, everyone. I meant what I said. I'm proud of what we've accomplished.